Alrighty. Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know what day this is of going on YouTube, but it's, I don't know, 5, 6, something. Um, there's nobody watching right now. My wife's over there. Maybe, up there's somebody logged on. All right, great. So we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to talk about Act 4, Scene 4. We're not going to necessarily watch the whole thing, but there you can see right there, that's Ophelia. Her father was just killed by Hamlet, and she found out, and she's lost her mind. If you recall, one of the major themes of hey guys, one of the major themes of the play, or one of the motifs that keeps recurring, is the idea of madness, and Ophelia has gone mad. We're not going to watch it today, so I don't even need that up there. I'm going to just be talking. So before we get to that, I did see that a bunch of you saw my message that I put up on Google Classroom about signing in, letting me know that you're getting messages. That's great. Keep that up. If you haven't communicated with me, you need to. I need to know that you are able to. I don't know what that means. EO. All right, I don't know what that means, but I need to know that you're able to get messages from me, because there'll be assignments coming, and maybe I'll use this to communicate with you guys in some way. But Classroom is going to be the mode that we'll be using to communicate with the classes. All right. So if you remember, Hamlet killed Polonius. I'm going to read today. It's a short little thing. I'm going to read 3 different parts. And if you borrowed a book, which was like 2 of you, we're on page 199 in this book. If you want to look and follow along, maybe split screen or something, on the link to that Hamlet PDF that I put up on Classroom, we're on that's page 200 and I think it's 199 in that link. So you can read along, or you can just follow along. So there are 3 parts. So this is Act 4, Scene 4. Polonius is dead. Hamlet is responsible. Hamlet is getting sent to England, where he's going to be murdered. Remember, the king wants to get rid of Hamlet, so he had planned initially to send him to England. Now he says when he gets to England, he hands the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, who are taking Hamlet there. He hands him a note and says, give this to whoever greets you. And the note, we find out, says that when you read this note, do me a favor, England. You owe me, England, from some past stuff that's gone on. You owe me, and kill Hamlet. So that's how the king plans on solving the Hamlet problem. His nephew, he called him his son, his brother's kid. I mean, it's pretty devious and low. All right, so look, I'm going to do. There are three characters in this scene. One is Fortinbras, one is a captain, and one is Hamlet. One of the more famous soliloquies, one of the speeches that Hamlet gives, is in this scene. It's not too long. And Fortinbras, you remember who Fortinbras is? Should I just sit here and wait and see if somebody answers? I'm going to wait. I don't know how long to wait. It's got to be boring just seeing me sit here. All right, I'm going to give you the answer. Yeah. Well, what is it? I don't know. Say yes. All right, yes. So come on, somebody give me the answer. This is fun all of a sudden. I remember Norwegian king. Yeah. Not really. He's not really the king. Prince. Okay. Yeah. So Fortinbras is the Prince of Norway. Remember that Hamlet's father, King Hamlet, killed King Fortinbras in the duel for land. And young Fortinbras wants revenge. So remember, young Fortinbras was leading his army across Denmark on the way to Poland to fight for a piece of land. Close. He's going to fight for a piece of land in Poland, right? He doesn't really want to fight. Poland doesn't want to fight. Nobody wants to fight, but young Fortinbras' uncle basically gave him permission because he was so remorseful about his plan to attack Denmark. So Fortinbras is on his way. So the scene here is that Fortinbras is on his way with an army. He's cutting through Denmark, and he's going to attack Poland. And we'll see, for a little piece of land that nobody wants. All right. And on his way there, as Hamlet is being taken to the ship by Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, as he's being taken to the ship to go to England, he kind of he sees Fortinbras and his army off in the distance. So Hamlet is going to England really unwillingly. Fortinbras is going to Poland, and they kind of intersect. They don't really interact with each other. I mean, but yeah, their paths cross. So I'm going to be three characters. I haven't showered or brushed my teeth or anything yet today because it's quarantine. So this is my hat that I'm going to wear when I'm Prince Fortinbras. I think it looks kind of like, I'll wear it like that. Kind of looks like a crown. All right. This is the hat that I'm going to wear when I'm Hamlet. And this is the hat that I'm going to wear when I'm the soldier. I think they all look super cool, especially this one. Soldier, all right. He's just a soldier, like a flunky, a captain. He's going off to battle to fight a war that he's really not interested. Oh, thank you. All right. So I guess, no shower. My hair looks all right. All right. What was my? All right. So here we go. 100 subscribers. Does that mean I'm going to get? Can I start charging for ads on my channel yet? Because that's my motivation here. All right. I'm going to be a YouTube sensation. All right. Act 4, Scene 4. I'm going to read along. Fortinbras. And actually, maybe I'll read the summary here. Fortinbras and his army march across Hamlet's path on their way to Poland. I said that. Hamlet finds in Fortinbras's vigorous activity a model for himself in avenging his father's murder. Hamlet resolves upon bloody action. So he sees Hamlet sees Fortinbras going off and getting, doing something. He's like, that's what I should be doing. And he says, well, from this time on, I'm going to be doing, that. And this is like the third, fourth, fifth time, who knows, that Hamlet has said, I'm going to get revenge starting now. All right. Fortinbras. And Fortinbras with his army over the stage. Go, captain. From me, greet the Danish king. Tell him that by his license, Fortinbras craves the conveyance of a promised march over his kingdom. You know the rendezvous. If that his majesty would aught with us, we shall express our duty in his eye and let him know. I will do it, my lord. Uh-oh. Go softly on. So Fortinbras leaves, and I don't need this hat anymore. Lucky me. All right. That was the easy one to get on and off. This one's not so much. So anyway, Fortinbras sends the captain over to go meet the Danish king and say, hey, we're cutting across your land. Let us know if you need anything from us or want anything from us, and we'll do what you want. Remember, the king, Claudius, gave them permission to cut through the land. He probably shouldn't have. It was a stupid move. You don't let your enemy in your house, but the fact is he did it. All right, so Rosencrantz, Guildenstern, Hamlet, they all enter, and the captain is still on the stage. All right. So the messenger that Fortinbras sent is on stage. Right. Hamlet and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are there as Rosencrantz is in here. I need a new hat for Rosencrantz. I'll just figure it out as I get there. All right. I'm who? Hamlet. Good sir, whose powers are these? They are of Norway, sir. How purpose, sir, I pray you, against some part of Poland? Who commands them, sir? The nephew to old Norway, Fortinbras. Goes it against the main of Poland, sir, or for some frontier? Truly to speak, and with no addition, we go to gain a little patch of ground that hath in it no profit but the name. To pay 5 ducats, 5, I would not farm it, nor will it yield to Norway or to the Pole a ranker rate, should it be sold in fee. So, thank you. So Hamlet's like, where are you going? And he's like, we're going to fight Poland. And Hamlet's like, are you going against the whole country of Poland or just a part? And the guy's like, we're going against just this little part. All right. And then the captain, the soldier, the messenger says, we're going to fight for this little patch of land that has no profit in it, that nobody wants. It's not worth 5 ducats, $5, $50, whatever. Right? It's not worth any money, but they're going to go fight. They're going to die for this little piece of land because that's what soldiers and armies and countries do, is they fight and kill each other over things that are meaningless and unimportant. He says it's not even worth 5 ducats to farm. Right. So neither the Poles nor the Norwegians, neither one of them really wants it, but they're going to fight over it. Hamlet. Why then? The Polak will never defend it. Yes, it is already garrisoned. 2,000 souls and 20,000 ducats will not debate the question of this straw. This is the imposthume of much wealth and peace, that inward breaks and shows no cause without why the man dies. I humbly thank you, sir. God be with you, sir. And then Rosencrantz shows up real quick, and because he's still there, and I'm going to be Rosencrantz like this because I just have this hat. Will it please you go, my lord? I'll be with you straight, Rosencrantz. He didn't really say that, but I threw that in there. Go a little before. So Rosencrantz says, it's time to go. And Hamlet says, I'll be with you when I'm with you. Anyway, so Hamlet says, if we backtrack a little bit, 2,000 souls and 20,000 ducats will not debate the question of this straw, right? It's not enough to settle this trifling, this petty little argument that they're going to fight about. And he says, this is the imposthume of much wealth and peace, right? This is what wealthy, powerful people do. They send other people out to fight each other and die, over nothing. And again, it's one of those things from 500 years ago when Shakespeare was talking about it. It's still relevant today, right? Rich people sit up in their, rich houses or their, castles or their, mansions, and they send, poor people out to, fight and die. And that's a comment kind of that what's being made here a little bit before he goes into this. All right, I don't have to switch hats anymore. Sorry to, disappoint you if you're interested in that. Anyway, you want some work? All right, hold on, man. Probably, I don't know, next week? All right, this is the speech Hamlet gives, all right, a monologue, a soliloquy. He's on the stage by himself. And I'm probably going to read the whole thing and then maybe go back. I don't know. Hamlet by himself. How all occasions do inform against me and spur my dole of revenge. What is a man is his chief good and market of his time, but be to sleep and feed, a beast no more. Sure, he that made us with such large discourse, looking before and after, gave us not that capability and godlike reason to fuss us in us unused. Now, whether it be bestial oblivion or some craven scruple of thinking too precisely on the event, a thought which quartered hath but 1 part wisdom and ever 3 parts coward, I do not know why yet I live to say this things to do. Sith I have cause and will and strength and means to do it. So, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? We're talking about Hamlet. Anyway, so Hamlet's like, what good is being a man if when things happen, you don't do anything about them, right? If all you do is sleep and eat, sleep and feed, you're just a beast. You're an animal. Right? He says God, when he uses capital H there for he's talking about God. And he says, why has he made us have all these, human characteristics? We can talk and rationalize and think and speak, right? And do things. All right. Why did he give us all those things if we don't do something about it? So Hamlet's really not talking about anybody else except for himself here. Right. Right. He says, I've got these things to do. And I still haven't done anything. I do not know. All right, so I do not know why yet I live to say this things to do. And this things to do is that he needs to get revenge on the king, right? To kill Claudius, basically. Why yet I live to say this things to do. Sith I have cause and will and strength and means to do it. Examples gross as earth exhort me. So he says, I know there's things I need to do. And here's just another example of someone that shows me that there's something that I need to do. What does he need to do? He needs to kill Claudius, right? But he hasn't done it. Hamlet's what? What did we call that earlier on? I'm not going to really wait for you to say it because it takes a while. But his delay, right? Hamlet's delay is his personality flaw. He said he was going to get revenge. He hasn't done it yet, and he's looking in the mirror like metaphorically, again, looking in this mirror saying, look at me, I'm weak, I don't do anything, it's time I did. He says, witness this army of such mass and charge. So he's looking out over Fortinbras and his army going off to Poland to die for nothing, and he's thinking about himself. Led by a delicate and tender prince whose spirit with divine ambition puffed makes mouths at the invisible event, exposing what is mortal and unsure to all that fortune, death, and danger dare, even for an eggshell. So he sees Fortinbras going off to battle, and he says, this guy, this guy's the man. He's doing what it is that I should be doing. He's leading this battle. He doesn't know what's going to happen. Those men don't know what's going to happen, but they have a purpose, right? They don't, they're fighting maybe even for an eggshell. And that's an interesting comparison, because is an eggshell worth anything? It's not. An eggshell is useless. So he's like, they don't know what's going to happen, death, danger, whatever, but they're marching off and they're doing something, the opposite of what Hamlet's doing. Rightly to be great is not to stir without great argument, but to greatly find quarrel in a straw when honor's at the stake. How stand I then that have a father killed, a mother stained, excitements of my reason and my blood, and let all sleep, while to my shame I see the imminent death of 20,000 men that for a fantasy and trick of fame go to their graves like beds, fight for a plot whereon the numbers cannot try the cause, which is not tomb enough and continent to hide the slain? Oh, from this time forth, my thoughts be bloody or nothing worth. I'm probably waking up my whole family, who's really not sleeping anyway. Anyway, that's what's happening here. Hamlet's standing on this promontory, if you remember that vocabulary word from early on, this like cliff, right, looking over something. He sees these guys going off to do battle, to fight for something. They don't know if they're going to live. They don't know if they're going to die, but at least they're going and doing something. And he says, these guys are going off to fight over nothing. And he says, I've got something totally legitimate to fight about, right? I've got a dead father, a mother whose reputation has been stained. Right? I've got all these things like, poking me, telling me to go out and do stuff, and I haven't done anything yet. And then he gets fired up. And if you can, I'm not a good actor, but if you were watching the scene here, Hamlet is getting all fired up, and he says, oh, from this time forth, my thoughts be bloody or nothing worth. So that's the end of Act 4, Scene 4. And then we change scenes a little bit here, and we're not going to do that today. But Hamlet, again, is fired up. He says, I am going to, from now on, my thoughts are going to be bloody, right? They're going to be thinking about revenge and murder and, all that stuff, or nothing. So that's where we are right now in Act 4, Scene 5. The next scene, Gertrude and Claudius, they encounter Ophelia, who's lost her mind, and Laertes comes back, and things get more and more complicated. If you remember at the beginning of the play, it's a tragedy, and when we talked about tragedies, I said that the thing about a tragedy is everybody dies, if everybody dies, yeah, I understand. I know you'd be late. Where was I? Tragedy. Everybody dies, right? So we got a lot of characters left. They're all going to, or most of them are going to die, and it's going to happen soon. We're in Act 4, Scene 5. There's not a lot left in the play. I'm glad to see a bunch of you have shown up. I was going to end here. I am going to end here. I got things to do, places to go. I don't really have anything to do or anywhere to go. But before I leave, does anybody have any questions about anything but specific to Hamlet? Oh, wait. Will Hamlet pay for killing that guy? What do you think? Probably, right? You can't kill somebody. He is going to pay, right? Maybe you were absent yesterday. But yeah, he is going to pay, right? The king is sending him to England to die. Anybody else? I think we should do like a Zoom meeting. Have you guys done those? bro. Have you guys done those? I don't know. That's where we can interact. Maybe we'll do that later on, and not later on now, but later on in the rest of the year. Anyway, I don't see any questions. Hope you guys have a good day. I know you are on official, lockdown in Maryland, DC. We have one more day before we're in official lockdown. Hope you guys, don't laugh, man. It's a small class, and I'm not very popular, or you guys are overachievers. Anyway, I'm gonna put my captain hat back on. I'm gonna go back to the rest of my day. Have a great day. Miss you guys. Stay out of trouble. What did who do to his mom? Yeah, everybody's sleeping. I should probably do this in the evening, but I got other things going on. What did who do to his mom? Bye. Bye. I don't know. If you have a question about what somebody did to their mom, Hamlet, when he confronted her, you miss us. I do. I miss you guys. Leave me alone. All right. See you tomorrow. I'll be back around noon tomorrow. Have a great day. Stay out of trouble.